Alright, before I get started with the video today, continuing with sorting the games, I wanted to mention one last find that I got, which was this bass guitar here. I don't know, there's not much to say about it. I don't recognize the brand. Here's the brand here. Solfeg? I don't know. I don't think it's a particularly expensive bass guitar. Part of that just has to do with the fact that it's only 2 pickups. And there's not a lot of branding on it other than just up there. If you turn it to the back, there's nothing, no, not really any branding there, and it doesn't want to stand up, and so it's gonna slide down. It's not perfect. It needs a little bit of restoration work. This tuning peg, this was here, this paper clip was here when I found it, and I thought, I don't know, something silly, just clipped it there. But actually, they did clip it on here for a reason, and that's because this tuning peg is loose and rattles when you play. So they put it there to kind of muffle the rattling. So I'm pretty sure it can be fixed quite easily. So it's not gaming related, but I thought I'd just go ahead and mention it is something cool that I found that was thrown out, so I thought it was something worth mentioning. So it's not the first time I found a bass thrown in the dumpster. At my previous apartment, I had found a really old bass that had clearly been sitting in a closet somewhere for a very, very long time, and I've been trying to restore it myself, and I've made some pretty good progress on it. Actually, if you watch Wintergarten Wednesdays with the marble machine, there's a team called Anjuta Guitars who helped design the bass guitar on the marble machine. And actually, I reached out to Anjuta Guitars for help with restoring the bass, and the guy replied to me. He's really nice. Of course, it's just email correspondence, and he gave me some suggestions on restoring that bass. I don't have it in here, but there's not much to see. There's no strings on it, and currently all of the tone knobs and the pickups have been stripped out of the bass guitar right now for restoration reasons. But I have done a few tests on it, and it seems to be in much better condition than when I had first found it. So yeah, anyways, the point is that this is not the only bass guitar that I have. I have another one, but it's not working. So I was quite happy when I found this one because the strings are in good condition, and after I played around, I had some fun with it last night for about an hour, and it's totally fine. It sounds good. It sounds good enough for my purposes. So yeah, not much else to say about that. The last thing I do want to say, though, is that no, I don't actually know how to play the bass guitar. A long time ago, when I was maybe 13 or 14, I did have a bass guitar, but I didn't make a lot of progress with learning how to play. But last night I was just noodling around, and I don't have the finger strength to quickly move up the frets of the bass guitar, but I do understand the concept of how to play an instrument, so I can make some nice tones, just not very fast, groovy bass lines. That's all. But still. Anyways, now let's get out the cheap 100 yen tripod, sit down, have ourselves a drink, and finish sorting all the games. Okay. Just like before, I do have my fan next to me because it is warm in here. And today I have peach, but it's not the alcoholic drink that I usually drink on my streams. It's just peach juice. That's all it is. So, just juice. So, anyways, I've cleared some space on the table here, so we have more room for the games. I did go ahead and leave some of the games that we sorted yesterday. I left the Wii titles here because there's not so many. There's GameCube titles just out of frame over here, and just out of frame is also the Super Famicom game, the Doraemon game. Oops. In addition to that, I also have the empty cases. It's like Kingdom Hearts and Okami. In the event that we find them. So the empty cases are still over here. Oh, and also the Game Boy Color game. And we're gonna find a lot more of these today. So let's go ahead and just get started. I'm just gonna dump this whole thing out. I think it'll be easier to get to all the games if they're not in this bag. Okay, that's made a hell of a mess. So let's start right here. This one feels empty. It's a 3DS. Looks like, yeah, these look like Dragon Quest monsters. So I think it's some sort of Dragon Quest spin-off game. And it's empty. Although I like this art. That's pretty cool. How it just peeks through the back of the box. That's neat. Yeah, I think that's been the current theme with 3DS games, is that they are not in the case. Because we've gone through these 3 3DS games and not a single one have been inside. So, next. Ooh, this is an interesting case. Oh, it's a PS1 game. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's Resident Evil 3. Last Escape. Oh, that's is that Nemesis? I haven't played it, so but you know, they just did the remake of it this year, I think. Was it this year? I'm pretty sure it was this year, cuz Resident Evil 2 remake was like the big one last year, so but yeah, all the stuff is here. It's weird that it comes in such a thick case. But it's only one disc. But yeah, it's there. I guess The Last Escape is maybe just a Japanese exclusive subtitle. Yeah, that looks like that's Resident Evil 3, so. So yeah, there we go. Nice PS1 game. We're not going to probably find many of those. I think that might have been the last one, actually. I don't see any other plastic jewel cases in here, so that could possibly be the last PS1 game that I have. So let's just put that off to the side over here. Okay, next. Here's a DS game. It's Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. I think that's how you say it. It has some sort of, or 358 over 2, I don't remember the stupid name. This is when Kingdom Hearts. This is when I stopped being interested in this series, because it's started taking itself too seriously for what it is. I suppose the first game kind of did too, to an extent, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so, but it's not in there, so I guess it doesn't matter. So we'll just put that with the 3DS cases too. DS and 3DS together. Right, PS3! Is this Yakuza? I think this is Yakuza. Looks kind of like a Yakuza game. Kind of looks, yeah, well, if it's by Sega, then I think it's Yakuza. But it's not in there. Okay. I'll just put that on top of the PlayStation 2 cases over here. There we go. GameCube game. Ooh! Is this what I think it is? I can't tell. It's very dusty. Let me... Yuck. Okay. This is the back of the manual, which is advertising Zelda 4 Swords, which is making me hope that this is Wind Waker. And let's find out. Big money. Oh, it's 4 swords. Oh. I mean, I guess that's okay too. Yeah, don't you need a Game Boy Advance and the adapter to play it? You can't play it with the... Oh, can you play with a GameCube controller? But is it multiplayer? I don't know. I never played this one, to be honest. Well, there's that. I feel like, I mean, it makes sense when you open it up that there'd be this here, but, oh, but there's usually the sleeve, right? That's what we learned when we first went through the first part of this video series, was that there's that sleeve that goes over these plastic cases. I don't have that sleeve though, but in that case, if I don't have it, I feel like it makes more sense for it to be like this. IMO. So, here are those GameCube games. So, the Super Monkey Ball. Oh, and there's Mario Party in there too. And Zelda. Alright, next. DS game. Sounds like it might actually be in there. It's a Doraemon game. Based off of Doraemon the movie, 2006. You know, I don't know. I didn't know about Doraemon until I came to Japan. So, I don't think Doraemon has a big influence in the West. That's not Doraemon. That's, Mario and Luigi. Huh, interesting. Okay, weird. Let's put this... I'm just gonna put this, like, right in front of the camera here. And then I'm gonna put the case off to the side. So, yeah. Another DS game. Feels like there's nothing inside though, which sucks because it's a pretty good one. It's Pokemon Heart Gold. So, honestly, I never actually played the DS remakes of Gold and Silver, but the second generation of Pokemon games has always been my favorite, right? Like it feels like they started really understanding what Pokemon was going to be as a franchise, but it hadn't gotten so formulaic yet. So, yeah, I think it's always kind of been my favorite in the series, but yeah, no cart, no manual either. That's a bummer. So, anyways, recently I was actually emulating Pokemon Crystal, the original version. So, yeah. There's a fact for you. Another DS game, feels empty, so probably not in here, is Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. Yep, like I said, I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2 and then kind of lost interest from that point. And honestly, I know everyone likes Kingdom Hearts 2, and I do think, as far as combat is concerned, it is sort of the better game. But I honestly, back when I was playing Kingdom Hearts, enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 1 more than Kingdom Hearts 2. So are these like AR cards? I don't know. But no cart, so it goes over there. Any other 3DS games? I feel like we should just knock those out. Here, this one's a nice big substantial package. I don't know if it's going to be in there, but it's Soul Silver with this whole like collector's package going on here. So let's see if the content is in there. So is this just... Oh, interesting. Is that really how they just packaged it? They just... Oh, was there like... There's like the it was just like a pedometer, I think, that came with it. So I think this used to hold the pedometer. Yeah, it's right there on the box. This So I think what this is here, I think you could change the back on it. So you could either have like a belt clip or just this flat back. So they must have changed it to the belt clip. I'm guessing. I don't know. So, and then this one is empty. What about inside? I have a feeling it's probably empty considering the trend of how many DS and 3DS games now? Seven 3DS and DS games that have not been in the package. So, place your bets now. What do you think? Is it going to be inside or not? Here we go. Big money and nothing. Yeah. That's strange that all the DS games have been taken. I say taken. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some folks had gotten to this stuff before me. It's weird that they wouldn't have taken more things out of the out of what have been thrown away. But but maybe, you know, they came and decided they wanted some of these DS games for their child or whatever, and took them. But it's weird that they wouldn't take the box too. So I don't know. Hard to say what's gone on here, but it seems like there are no DS games in this. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep, rather than just going off the top of the pile, let me see if there's any other DS games in here, and we'll just go from there. And I don't see any more. There's a bunch of loose cartridges though, so maybe there might be a DS cart somewhere. Oh no, I'm holding a 3DS game right here, 3DS. So let's see, this is Dragon Quest Theater Rhythm. Oh, this was like the Final Fantasy game thing that they did, Final Fantasy spin-off. Interesting, but it also feels, there's something in there. I don't know, it probably is just like a warranty card or something. Yeah. DLC code or something, who knows. So, yep. Another empty DS game. Alright, so let's just move on to the other stuff then. Just start at the top and, oh, that's not a game. Let's go ahead and just show that off. That's just a blank CD with something on it. I don't know. Yep, okay. Anyways, alright, back to the games. Next, PSP, Shining Hearts. I don't know anything about the Shining series. I do know that when I first came here to Japan, and I would go to the, like some of the hobby shops, and they'd have some of the figurines that I used to like to collect, that the Shining figurines always were very, very beautiful. And I sometimes just wanted the Shining figurines just for the fact that they were just really well designed. But other than that, I don't know anything about Shining, the Shining series. But yep, there it is, PSP game. I probably couldn't even play that one. I'd probably have to emulate it because it's a JRPG and all the text is going to be in Japanese, so I wouldn't be able to understand what's going on. Next, another PSP game. Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. Well, it's Monster Hunter. This box feels pretty substantial. It's also in really good condition. There's almost like no dust. The plastic on it doesn't seem too beat up at all. There's a small little dimple there, but I mean, it's like almost feels like a brand new case. And there it is. So nice. Cool. Monster Hunter. In great shape. Another PSP game. Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam. Something versus something. Who knows? So it's probably like another one of those arena Gundam games, but it looks like it's meant for multiplayer. So it's like a arena fighter or something like that. I don't know. Okay. Another PSP game. What's this? It's more Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam Age. Cosmic Drive. I mean, these screenshots look pretty good, but they're also probably, one, they're probably pre-rendered, and two, they're so small that you probably can't see the actual resolution. Because the PSP didn't have that great of a resolution on its screen, I don't think. It's like almost like PS1, right? Not completely sure. Didn't have a PSP. Oh, more Monster Hunter. Weird. Here's a Monster Hunter portable 3D again, but it's just like a best of. No, but it's not even in here. I wonder if this is the... Oh, first of all, I wonder if I can tell if it would be the, you know, like platinum seller or if it'd be the original. And if I can tell, which I can't, I was checking to see if this belongs in this case or this case, but I can't tell. It looks like, honestly, I mean, it looks just like the front cover here. It doesn't say anything about like platinum hits or anything, so I assume it might belong in this case. I don't know. Okay, more PSP. More PSP and more Gundam. There it is. Gundam Battle Universe. Yep. Picture's too small, can't... Good God, these are so tiny. How can anyone tell what's going on in those pictures? Anyways, probably just a typical Gundam game. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like just all the other Gundam games we've looked at. So we know whoever had all this stuff was a huge fan of Gundam, considering it seems like he bought every single Gundam game that was ever produced. More PSP! Oh my god. More PSP and more Gundam! Here it is! G Overworld. G Generation, G Overworld. Is this like, I don't know. I don't know. It's more Gundam. That's all I have to say. Just more Gundam. How about a 360 game? And actually, this is one of my favorite games. Halo 3 ODST. I cannot wait for this game to be released on the PC Master Chief Collection. Was so upset when they decided that they're going to release these games one at a time in a slow drip feed over the course of the game's launch. And I've been waiting to pick up the Master Chief Collection, but I refuse to pick up the Master Chief Collection on PC until ODST is released, because this is just a beautiful fucking game with just some great fucking atmosphere. Yeah, man, I loved this game a lot. And, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. So there's the Firefight disc and Campaign. Campaign's the only thing I care about. Firefight was fine, I guess. Just a very arcadey kind of thing. But I don't really care about it that much. So anyways, this is a good game, and I can't wait for it to launch on PC. Once it does launch on PC, I'll probably pick up the Master Chief Collection. But until that point, I'm not picking it up, even though Halo 3 just launched on PC, and I love Halo 3, but it's not Halo 3 ODST. Another 360 game, and of course, it's a Gundam game. Gundam 2, Gundam Musou 2, something like that, I don't know. Yeah. Third person action, blah blah blah. There's the disc. Here it goes. See you later. Bye bye. Okay, next. Let's adjust some things. Is this Animal Crossing? No. No, it's not. But it definitely kind of looks Animal Crossing like. but I have no clue what this is. Oh, this is a Monster Hunter tie-in. Weird. I know that because it's right here. And that makes sense. I think there's like the cat things that like help the hunters in Monster Hunter. So strange, but okay. PSP game. Is this? Nope. Code Geass. Le Loach of the Rebirth. No, of the Rebellion. I never watched this show. But when I was a high schooler, had lots of friends, lots of nerdy friends recommend that I watch this anime, and I never did it. So I don't know anything about it. Leave your comments below to let me know. GameCube games. Pikmin. Just the game. This is think of this, yeah, this is just the first one. Huh. I just realized something. Yesterday when I recorded the first video, there was a green disc, and I couldn't read the katakana on it. And I'm pretty sure this was the exact same katakana, which would make sense. Pikuman. So, yeah, I think that other disc must have been... And it had a 2 on it, too. So that other one was Pikmin 2. Did I have a Pikmin 2 case over here that was empty? I feel like I did. No, I don't see it. Well, fuck. Okay. Well, anyways, I do think I have Pikmin 2 over in the other room where I unpacked the stuff from the first video. Anyways, okay, Pikmin. Cool. How about some more? Hang on. Get rid of that. Okay. How about some more Monster Hunter on the PSP? Monster Hunter Portable. Yep. Oh. Missing. Alright. Coincidentally, we have another Monster Hunter game over here. That also is not in the case. Monster Hunter 2, and I guess this is Monster Hunter 1. So, yep. Okay, PlayStation 2. Full Throttle 2? Well, I don't know. Looks like a Spike Acquire game. Except it's not Acquire, it's Spike and... Yeesk? It's a Japanese yeet. Yeesk! So... just the typical semi-open world third-person action game. Looks somewhat similar to Yakuza. Okay. Neat, I guess. I don't think there's that many... Yeah, there's not really that many... This is probably the last PlayStation 2 game. So, let's just put this over here with the PlayStation game. It's too much stuff on my table. Okay. What's this? Oh, we looked at Basara yesterday. There was a Basara game in the PlayStation 2, I think, or was it PlayStation 3? I don't remember, but we looked at this, and it was like, I think we determined that it's kind of like a Power Trip Dynasty Warriors kind of thing. And I'm sure it's somewhat the same here. Is this just like a bookmarker, or is it... What is this? I mean, it looks like it unfolds. Let's go ahead and open it up, see what this is. Oh, there's like a card in here. Interesting. It's upside down. That's cool, I guess. This looks like very generic, kind of like game card that I'm sure never really took off. Well, there's some more there. There's some information on it, looks like. I mean, the art's kind of cool. And then... So I think there's like arcade cabinets. Arcades in Japan are pretty cool, honestly. I haven't been to one since like shortly after I first moved here. I went to one. There's not one close to me where I live now. So like if I wanted to go to an arcade in Japan, it'd be kind of out of my way. But they're pretty cool. They actually have like, you can get these basically like arcade cards. They're almost like they kind of look like credit cards, but they're not. And basically you insert them into the cabinets, and for most games, not all of them, but most games will write their data to that little card. So you can still have like the arcade experience, but it isn't like one shot. Now you can leave and come back and like pick up where you left off, which opens up lots of different types of gaming experience. Instead of having to build arcade games that are meant to be experienced within, you know, a short period of time, now they can build arcade experience that are kind of meant to be built around multiple play sessions. So it's pretty neat. Like for example, some of the rhythm games, they have like a curve to them, where instead of just starting with all the games at your disposal, you start off with some easier songs, and then it can ramp up to more difficult songs, and you unlock them as you play. So yeah, it's something pretty cool. So anyways, yeah, I'm wondering if this is just a portable version of the game or if it's just a spin-off. I don't know. I might look up this series later just to kind of figure out what it is for sure. But for now, let's put that to the side. Ah! Okay. You could probably hear my stomach talking. That's cool. Oh, there's still so many PSP games. Okay. Phantasy Star. Phantasy Star 2? Portable 2. Not sure. I played Phantasy Star 1 a lot on... Not a lot. A little bit, I should say. On the 360. Whoa. Well, it's in there. That's for sure. It doesn't want to click in. Ah, the clip down here is broken off. I see. There was a time when I was interested in Phantasy Star 2, but yeah, it took so long getting over to the West that all interest in it had pretty much died off at that point. Did it ever come out in the West? I don't know if it ever came out in the West, actually. I just heard people stop talking about it because, yeah, it never came out in the West. Or if it did, it took so long that people had already forgotten about it. Here's a couple of manuals for, looks like GameCube games. So, Naruto. Oh, this, I had the loose disc of this one over there, so I can put this in that case. That's good. This one is missing the, like, cover to it, but it's for a Zelda game. Is it a... Oh, is this just the... Oh, shit. This is the original manual for A Link to the Past. Holy shit. I wish there's the cover. Because if this was complete, man, that would really increase the value. That's pretty crazy. This is the original manual for Link to the Past. Cool. I'm gonna put it there with the GameCube games. Speaking of GameCube games, Resident Evil 0. So yeah, this is a sleeve I was talking about. Is this thicker? It feels like this is thicker than the other cases. Am I crazy? Nope. It is thicker. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Oh, because it's 2 discs. That would make sense. Biohazard 0, disc 1 and disc 2. This is a nice little compact case. I like these designs on these cases. It's pretty cool. So, oh, there's something back here behind the manual. What's this? It looks like a poster. Oh, it's an advertisement. Oh, boy. In case you want to get a official Resident Evil watch. Yeah, I don't know if I really like any of these. God, holy fuck, those are expensive. Here, look at this. 62,000 yen, that's $620. Rough math, not an accurate conversion. So, yeah. There you go, nice big fold out advertisement for Resident Evil 0. Well, anyways. Put the case back on. There we go. And next. Here's a GameCube game. Ooh. Big money. Big money. Remember we talked about DX last time? That's the Smash Bros. Emblem. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Big money, and bam! It's in there. Hell yeah. Alright, that's a game I'm happy to have. Yeah. Smash Bros. Melee still played today in competitive play. But I'm not a competitive player, nor do I like playing Smash Bros. Competitively. But this was definitely a very good game. So, nice. My goodness. Should we get to the loose cartridges now? I don't know. There's still a few more game cases left before we get to loose cartridges. So why don't we get through the game cases first, and then we'll go through loose cartridges. Let me kind of organize some of these game cases, so I know I don't have to go searching for them. Got all of them? Yep. Okay, so we'll just start here at the top. PSP game. Looks like... Oh, it's from Software. They did it. Oh, Armored Core. I had... Armored Core manual is over here. And I said yesterday... I think I feel like I should correct a mistake. Yesterday, there's a mech simulation game that I mistook for Armored Core, but it's not Armored Core. And I don't remember what it's called, but it was, like, when you'd buy it, you'd come with, like, this special controller that has tons and tons of extra buttons, and it's laid out like the like, pilot's, the cockpit of, mech. What was that game called? I thought it was Armored Core, but I'm pretty sure it's not by From Software. And this doesn't look like it either, so, not sure, but, oh. Oh yeah, this looks like it's fit for a PS3 case. This is like a portable version of it, PSP. Huh. Okay, well anyways, Armored Core, From Software. It's a mech game. But it's not the one that everyone likes to think of, which is Metal Wolf Chaos, which is on the PC now, which was known for just being ridiculous, where the president drives a mech to destroy the vice president who wants to take over the USA. Yeah, anyways, GameCube game, but it's just the case and the disc, and it's Bleach. I felt like, yeah, I have a Bleach manual right here, so that's good. I think that goes with this. Since I don't have the sleeve, we'll put it backwards, like that. So, yeah, so Bleach, I guess. What kind of game is this, though? Let's take a look at the manual. Is it, oh, looks like a fighting game. Yeah, those controls look like fighting game controls. Yeah, you can tell in that picture. Yep, so it's a fighting game. Cool, I guess. Alright, another GameCube game with also just the disc. This is Pokemon Colosseum. Yeah, I have, here's this case with Pokemon Colosseum. So maybe this should go in. Oh, there's 2 discs in there. Oh, you probably recognize what that disc is. Ooh, this is the other game I was talking about that I wish I had. This is Wind Waker. So this is, yeah. Ooh, it's really beat up. There's like a crack. You can probably see that too, actually. There's like a crack in the disc. So even though I have Wind Waker, I'm pretty sure this disc will not work. Yeah, I don't think I can buff that out. I'm pretty sure that's straight up just a crack in the disc. I'll give it a try, but don't think there's a lot of hope for that. I feel like I should probably check all these GameCube games to see if there's a disc behind the other ones, because that's not the first time, right? Because the first GameCube game we looked at, in the first part of this game sorting, there's that Mario Party game behind the disc. Let's just do that really fast, just double check. Probably not in here, but whatever, just check all of them. Okay, so that's all of them. All right. So, I want to keep these in order, though, in the order of being unpacked. Let's also, with this one, since there's no sleeve, just like before, turn the manual around. There we go. That's nice. Alright, Wind Waker. Put the manuals there. Are there any more GameCube games? It looks like there might be one more. Ah, here's the sleeve for 4 Swords. That one was... Where was that one? It was kind of... I think it was below Resident Evil. Was it just the second game? It was. Okay. There. Oh, since we have the sleeve too, I can turn this around. So it makes more sense, now that we have the sleeve, to keep it like that. So, there we go. 4 Swords. Alright. PSP game. Looks like maybe like an arcade collection or something. Not sure. Or is this... I mean, there's like semi-modern lighting techniques going on here, which makes me think it's a pixel game, but it's not like a arcade collection. No telling what this is. Yeah, look at that. It's like a 3D, that's like voxel. So this is like... Huh. I wonder if we can get any information on this game. Is there a developer? Sony? Just Sony? Is this just like in-house developed game by Sony? Kanji no kuse ni. Is that se? I think that's se. Kuse ni. Na mari ki. Da. War 2. I'm curious about this game. I'd like to know more, but it's going to be tough to get information. I wonder if Google will be able to just translate that. Sometimes Google Translate with the pictures really struggles with, just really struggles, period. But I'll give it a try, see if I can't get some more information on that game, because curious, quite curious. Oh, this is a GameCube game, but there's no disc inside. It's a Mega Man. There was I think yesterday I had a loose Mega Man disc, so maybe it's supposed to go in here. So, yeah. Okay. Actually, since it's a loose, yeah, let's put it over here just in case. Alright, all that's left are PSP games, and then we'll go through a bunch of loose cartridges for all sorts of different systems. Oh, Monster Hunter again, Monster Hunter 2G. I have that same exact case right over here. Let's see, this one's empty. Let's see if this one's also empty. Yes! So I have 2 empty Monster Hunter 2 cases. Oh boy. Oh shit. So this is the sequel, and this is the first one. So, yeah, I don't know. This is a series I'd like to know more about, so I guess I just need to see what I can do about finding out some more information. Alright, last one of fucking course. Monster Hunter 3. Why does this dude have so many copies of this game? It's not in here. So, but that's okay. I mean, not that it matters. This is, yeah, this one right here. It's the same. So, and I do have the disc in that one. So I guess I do have Monster Hunter 3 in here. Okay. Peach Break. Alright, next, I have a bunch of loose cartridges for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, mostly Game Boy and Game Boy Color. In fact, it only looks like there's only 3 N64 cartridges. Why don't we just go through those, since there's only 3 of them, and then we'll move on to the portable systems. Alright, first one. Oh no. First one, which coincidentally, recently Nintendo announced a sequel to this game, Pokemon Snap. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. This is a fun little game. You can even see its original name there, Pocket Monsters Snap. So, cool. This is interesting. That's actually printed onto the cart. There's a Namae. So Namae is name. So this is the person's name. Oh, don't make me have to fucking blur this. Oh, fuck you. I'm not too worried about this phone number because it's probably not in service anymore. Don't call this number. Don't be bastards. This is Denwa, so this is a phone number, but this is years old. So if this number is in service, it's been recycled to someone else. This number is probably does not connect to this person. So, anyways, let's put these, even though it doesn't really make sense as far as sorting goes, I'm just going to put the N64 games on top of the 360 games because the stack is pretty shallow. Next. Ooh. This is good too. This looks like this is the original Smash Brothers. Because here's the cast of Smash Brothers, and then here, HAL Laboratories, who is the developer. So, yeah, neat. So that's the original Smash Brothers. That's definitely one that I'm glad to have. And if I can get that N64 to work... Also, by the way, I should mention, yesterday, I didn't say this while I was recording the games, but yesterday, just shortly after I recorded the very first video, the first part of this video, I went ahead and just tried plugging the consoles into the power. Obviously, I can't connect them to video, but I could at least see if the power lights come on. And all of the well, I didn't plug in the PS2 and the GameCube. Didn't plug those ones in. But both Famicoms and the N64 both powered on just fine. So they are working, probably. So yeah, I just have to be able to get it to, plug into my computer. Sounds like there's something loose in there. I don't have the tools to open these fucking cartridges because of the stupid fucking screws that Nintendo has to use. But hopefully it's okay. And this is a game that my brother liked to play a lot back in the day. Pokemon Colosseum, Gold and Silver. So, yep. I didn't really like the Colosseum games that much. So, Alright, that's all the N64 games that I have. So next is a bunch of loose cartridges for portable Nintendo systems. And most of them look like they are for Game Boy and Game Boy Color. So, yeah, I'm not going to do these in any certain order. Just going to reach on the top and grab a cartridge, starting with this one, which is a Pokemon game. I presume this is Sapphire. I think this is Pokemon Sapphire. Yeah, the third generation was okay. Probably my second favorite in the series. I know it's probably heresy to say that the first one is not at least in my top two. But yeah. Honestly, I think I did kind of like the third generation a little bit more than the first generation. But definitely, like I said earlier, second generation of Pokemon was by far my favorite. And I should say that really the Game Boy Color version was my favorite, and not necessarily the remake. Though I never played the remake, so the remake might be just fine. But there's some nice subtleties that I feel like might have gotten lost in translation that was in the original. First of all, the original Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal really goes hard. Like it's not, by today's standards, might not be considered very child friendly. I'm realizing that going through these cartridges loose like this is going to be tough because, there's not a lot of information, and any information that's going to be on there is probably going to be in Japanese. So we're just going to have to guess based on the pictures and whatever Romanji or English is available. And this is Juntei Taisen, which I don't know what that is. I don't recognize this character. Yep. I think we'll get through these cartridges pretty quick because I realize it's going to be difficult to determine much, if anything, about these games, just looking at the cartridges. Like here, Cosmo Blue. Well, there's a spaceship here. Maybe. Or is that like just a weird as fuck gun? I think it's a shmup. But, you know, no telling really what it is. Okay, next one. Oh, it's a Zelda game. Oh, is this Link's Awakening? I think so. Yeah, because there's the giant egg in the background. Yeah, so this is Link's Awakening. I loved this game on my Game Boy. I had the DX version, which had some of the Game Boy Color improvements on it. I doubt the DX version is in here. But I guess we'll find out as we go through all these cartridges. But yeah, this is a good game. I like this game. This one's technically color, but it has a Game Boy cartridge. I don't know. I just stack them together like that. It's fine. Next, Yu-Gi-Oh! Not much to say about that. There was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that my brother used to play a lot on his Game Boy. I wonder if this is it. Was it Game Boy or Game Boy Advance? I don't remember. He had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game on a portable system. And he used to play it a lot. But don't remember much about it. What's this? No clue. It's by Koi. But I think it might be an attempt to cash in on the Pokemon craze. There's link cable capabilities. There's a bunch of cute monsters. So I wonder if this was like an attempt to cash in on the Pokemon craze. Again, no clue. Ooh, I wonder if the... Okay, this is Oracle of Ages. So these were interesting games. I really like these ones too. And it kind of reminds me, I should really try emulating these. These were really interesting games. These were some of the first well-received, I should say, well-received Zelda games that were not developed by Nintendo, but was actually developed by Capcom, I believe. And there's an interesting... So there's supposed to be 3 games, kind of like in the way Pokemon does their games, where they release 2 games that have slight differences between them. It was somewhat the same idea with the Oracle franchise of Zelda, but there's supposed to be 3 games, and they were all actually different, not just similar games with slight changes, but actually each one was different, and they're supposed to kind of have like, the original intent was to have like some sort of linking capability between them, so like completing one of the games, you could carry that information over to the next game. And I don't remember exactly how the plan went, and I think this was part of the problem, is they were able to finish Oracle of Ages, which I think is this one, and Oracle of Seasons. And they didn't finish the last one, which I don't remember what it was supposed to be. Oracle of Time, maybe? And since they weren't able to finish it, probably because they couldn't quite figure out how to make all these games connect. But anyways, they're very interesting games that have seemed to have been forgotten. Yeah, I also really enjoyed both Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I might be a little bit nostalgic based because me and my brother both got one of the Oracle games. He got Oracle of Ages, I got Oracle of Seasons, and so again, it might be that young nostalgia that I have a little bit more bias towards Seasons than Ages. But yeah, those are fun Zelda games. Here's Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong 2001. I think this was just like a port of the SNES game to the Game Boy Color, which was pretty impressive. Because I think it was almost 1-to-1, other than the fact that obviously everything had to be scaled down in resolution, like really compressed. And it was probably one of the biggest problems with this game is that the Game Boy Color's resolution just not fit for this kind of game. But yeah, Donkey Kong. Speaking of Donkey Kong, here is was this the third one in the game? I don't remember. And I'm not really sure if this... See, I didn't really play much of the Donkey Kong Country games. And, so I don't know if this Game Boy Color one is just a port of the SNES game. I don't know. If it is just a port of the SNES game, then it's going to have the same problems as the first one, that just the Game Boy Color is just not really fit for that resolution. Going back. Here we go. So here's Ages, and I think this is Seasons. So there they are. Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons. So yeah, neat. Have both of these games now. So I pretty much already said everything I wanted to say about the Oracle games, so no need to linger on that. Alright, what's this? No clue. Oh, there's Phantom Zona. Phantom Zona. Who knows? Oh, I didn't even realize we have a pattern going here. Black, gray, black, gray, black. Let's keep that pattern going with... Let's keep that pattern going with a gray game. It's a Kirby game. Kira Kira Kids. Kira Kira is Sparkle. Obviously kids. Kids. It does say Kira Kira. Ki. I'm guessing there's 1010 at the end, but I can't... Yeah, it kind of looks like there's 1010 at the end, so Kizu. Kizu. Yeah, Kira Kira Kizu. So yeah. Interesting. I don't know this Kirby game. I bet it has a different name in English. Let's keep that pattern going with a black one. 1/24th Meteorot series Kuwa. I don't know what this letter is supposed to be. Kuwakata? Maybe? Kuwakata? Version. I don't know. Some sort of robot game, I think. Let's get a gray game here. Oh, this looks like Gundam. It's also by Bandai, so it probably is Gundam. And it was only 99 yen. What a steal. This is cheaper than my fucking peach juice. This was 130 yen. Wow, I could get a whole Game Boy Gundam game for less than some peach juice. I can put this Mario game with other Game Boy games too. Okay, black one. Don't know. Looks like it even says right there RPG, so I think it's some sort of JRPG. Who knows? Oh, Pokemon Yellow version. Neat. So yeah, here we go. Gotten pretty much all of my favorite versions of, or all my favorite generations of Pokemon. Actually, I don't know if the first generation would really even be in my top 3. Maybe. I'd really need to think about it. I think so. But I really did actually like Pokemon X and Y quite a lot, actually. So it's tough to say. But I think, yeah, probably first generation would be my third favorite generation of Pokemon. So, neat. Speaking of favorites, Pokemon Gold. So yeah, Pokemon Gold, as I pretty sure I already discussed when I found the Heart Gold box. I think it was a box. I think that was one of the. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Gold was second generation. This was my favorite generation, and actually the first, or the game I bought this generation. The first one that I bought was Gold actually. And this was when I really got invested into Pokemon. I had played Blue version before Gold, but I didn't really get as invested into it until I got Gold version. And in Gold version, I got really obsessed with Pokemon. So, yeah. Let's see. What else? So, we want a gray cart? So let's do a gray cartridge. This looks like Dragon Quest, and I used to have a Dragon Quest game on my Game Boy Color, and I wonder if it was this one. Don't know, but it's a Dragon Quest game. Cool. Okay. Here's some sort of game by Hudson. I don't know what it is. We'll just put that there and just move on. Oh, one of these clear carts. This is a Pokemon game. This was, gosh, I remember this actually, but I don't remember the name. It's definitely a puzzle game, like a Pokemon puzzle game. So, yeah, that's cool, I guess. I never really played any of the Pokemon spin-off games, like Mystery Dungeon and stuff like that. I was always just a mainline kind of Pokemon person. Like I said, I didn't even really play the Coliseum games, which are still kind of well-respected during those early days of Pokemon. I did play Snap, though. I did like Pokemon Snap. Oh, that's black. We're not going to look at black yet. We got to keep the pattern going. Oh, Super Mario Land. I had this on my Game Boy as well. This is an alright Mario game. Kind of suffers somewhat similar of a problem as the Donkey Kong games, except the difference is that Donkey Kong was just a port from the SNES to the Game Boy Color, while Super Mario Land was actually developed for the Game Boy. The problem is that your field of view of what's ahead and what's behind is cropped so close that it's a little bit difficult to tell, to have enough reaction for some of the enemies. So that's what I remember from this game. There's some English on this one, so we can read that. Last Bible 2, which it's a weird name, but looks like it could be some sort of JRPG. Very generic JRPG. Probably like something similar to the early Final Fantasy games and Dragon Quest. Oh, there's some English on there. Cross Hunter. Neat. Oh, that looks like Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, yeah, it even says right there, Yu-Gi-Oh! So, that's cool. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. Yu-Gi-Oh! 3. I don't know. Battler versus. I don't know. It's a mech game, I think. Use Corporation. That's the name. This cart is so fucking yellowed. It's crazy. This is clearly supposed to be gray, but look at this. It's crazy how yellow that is. You can see where the sticker was too. There's a slightly light gray patch right here where the price sticker must have been. Okay. So we went from gold and now silver. And this was my brother's favorite. So I got gold and he got silver. So, yeah. I think I've said enough about Pokemon generations, in particular second generation, so we can just move on. No reason to linger on that. Hamtaro! Robots in disguise. That's not the right song. It's Hamtaro. You guys remember that show? I hardly remember it. I remember who did the abridged version. One of the people I'm subscribed to a long time ago, as an April Fool's joke, did Hamtaro abridged. And it was fucking hilarious. Was it Team 4-Star? Did Team 4-Star do, as a joke, Hamtaro abridged? They might have. I need to look that up. And if I'm right, you should look it up too. Oh, there's still so many games. What's this? I'm gonna bring this over here. This is for the Game Boy Advance. Oh, well, that's kind of cool, I think. It's like a DC adapter for your Game Boy Advance. So you can take out the batteries and put this in the battery slot and then plug in here, and that plugs into the wall outlet. So I guess that's cool. I just put that over there. I don't have a Game Boy Advance. Didn't find one in the collection, so yeah. I don't think there's a lot I can do with that. We're on gray, so let's pull out one of these gray games. Hey, that's a good one, I think. Actually, I never played this one, but Metroid 2, Return of Samus. Yeah, they did a remake of that on the 3DS. Also, there's AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake that Nintendo struck down. But I heard AM2R was probably better than the Metroid 2 remake for the 3DS. So yeah, that's cool. That's got some legacy behind it. So let's do a black game now, and this is I think this is Dragon Quest. Doragon. And that's To, so it would make sense if it was Quesuto. Quesuto? But that doesn't, is that eh? God, I don't remember my katakana at all. But it's in the fucking background in light blue. God, I'm retarded. Yeah, Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Cool. Maybe this is the one that I had on my Game Boy Color. I don't know. I had a Dragon Quest on my Game Boy Color. I didn't make a lot of progress in it because I was a stupid kid and didn't know how to play the game. I knew how to use attacks. And that was pretty much it. Wario Land. I had this one on my Game Boy Color too. I also remember playing this one a lot with my friend at elementary school. I don't even remember him. I don't remember much about it. I just remember us playing this game. I remember like hovering over his shoulder a lot and watching him play. And he'd always get angry. Don't hover, man. Are we on gray? Yes, we are. So it's a Kirby puzzle game? I don't know. Kirby puzzle game. Alright. I think we're going to have to break this pattern because it looks like we have more gray games than black games. So, yep. Anyways, we'll try to keep the pattern going as long as possible with Wario Land 2. I was just talking about that. Yep, played it in elementary school. What's this? Saga. By Square. So it's probably a JRPG. And this is Dragon Quest. Yeah, I can see it in the background there in yellow. Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 2? Interesting. Also, that's interesting. I didn't know this. I knew Square and NX were separate companies before they became Square NX. But I didn't realize that NX did Dragon Quest, which has, of course, been a long-running, very popular JRPG. And Square, of course, we all know, did Final Fantasy. So that's kind of cool. Something about this font, at least when I was looking at it on the floor, kind of made me think of Metal Gear Solid, but now looking at it, nope. There's another game of this series somewhere in there, but yeah, it's gone now. Mech game, whatever. Okay. This almost looks like Digimon. This is, yeah, I was making the joke in there that it was a Koi game that was like, trying to capitalize on the Pokemon craze, and this looks like a sequel to it. So I guess it was successful enough to get a sequel. And maybe I'm completely wrong about it being just a cash-in on the Pokemon craze. Maybe it's something entirely different. I don't know. That's it. No more black games. So, let's go with this one. Again, with this line going through it, I kept thinking it was like a Metal Gear game, but no. This is one of those robot games. I think it was probably this one that we just looked at or something. I don't know. That tower is getting quite precarious. I should probably start putting them down here or something. I don't know. Since we're out of black games, how about a white game? Tamago-sa. Tamago-sa. No, chi. Tamago-chi. Oh! Tamagotchi! It's Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi. In English, we just said Tamagotchi, but Tamagotchi. That's cool. I had one of these when I was growing up, a Tamagotchi. I didn't know there was a Gameboy game. But yeah, these things are actually still around in Japan. I don't know if it had a resurgence. Like I don't know if they've continued to stay popular in Japan or if there's like a sudden resurgence in recent years. And if there was that resurgence, I don't know if that resurgence reached the West. But I do know I was at the school one day and we had some elementary students that come in the afternoon. This was a couple of years ago when I was working at the school that I got fired from. And so the elementary student would come there and she'd always play with the Tamagotchi. They're pretty much the same thing as before, but now they have like modern technology in them. So first of all, I think it might have a few sensors in there, probably pedometers, although I think there's a pedometer in the original Tamagotchi as well. But anyways, and of course a much nicer screen on it too, but not like an OLED or anything. It's still kind of a pixely screen, but it has colors and backlighting, and I think a somewhat higher resolution. So we're kind of getting into still kind of like 16-bit kind of sprites instead of like hardly even 8-bit sprites. Fun facts. Almost to the end of the Game Boy Color games here. There's still a bunch of Game Boy Advance games I have yet to have picked up because I've been focusing on our pattern here. But don't worry, there are some more Game Boy Advance games, but we are getting down to the bottom of it here. This game is somewhat broken. Let's take a look at that. I don't know what it is. It's a mech game. It's broken, but it probably still works fine, honestly. It's just the plastic that broke. Put that down there. And I need to stretch my legs. This is a Gundam game. That's a Gundam. That's Bandai. Probably Gundam. Samurai Spirits. They don't know. It's a something. It's a samurai game. And here's another one of those robot games that, from a distance, I keep thinking this font is a Metal Gear font for like the 4th time in a row. Up close, it doesn't look like it at all, but for some reason, when I see these on the floor, I keep thinking they're Metal Gear. I don't know why. There's 2 more Game Boy games. One of them's actually kind of strange that I will look at here after this one. Dragon Quest 3. Is this the one that I had on the Game Boy Color? Nobody knows. Alright, here's the last one. It's only interesting because it needs a battery. What is this game? I don't know. It has fishing on it. Oh, is this like a fishing simulator game? Oh, there's a rumble. Oh. So there's a motor in here. I thought it might have been like some sort of like simple gyro. So like you'd plug in the battery and then some sort of old school gyro sensor. So you could like cast your line, like early motion controls that would probably be very weak. And I wouldn't expect to work very well because early gyro controls were not good. So, yeah. Cool, I guess. Alright, so that's all the Game Boy Color games. Now I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I counted 1 twice. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Game Boy Advance games, and then that's everything. Whew. This video is taking longer than the last video, but we're almost to the end. I'm not going to break it up in another part. We'll just have to push through. Almost at the end now, so let's just get on with it. I think these Game Boy Advance games are going to go much faster because there's even less information on Game Boy Advance cartridges because it's basically just a background and some text. Not even like much of a picture, which is the case for this one. Which is Pokemon, probably Fire Red if I had to guess, because there's fire, it's Pokemon, it's red, so I think this is Pokemon Fire Red, which was a remake of the first generation for the Game Boy Advance. Never played them. Next. It's a HAL Laboratories game, but I'm not sure what is this Kid Icarus? It might be Kid Icarus because it has the wings, and I know it's developed by HAL Laboratories. Kid Icarus is developed by HAL Laboratories, so maybe it's Kid Icarus. I'm not sure. Well, like I said, these Game Boy Advance games definitely are much more difficult to determine what's going on here. This one's pretty easy though. Bandai Gundam Seed, so Gundam Seed, it's a Game Boy Advance Gundam game, so there you have it. These are going to fall down and not stay organized neatly like this. I should probably not stack them like that if they're not going to stay up like that. That's a Chocobo, so this is probably a Final Fantasy game. Probably a Final Fantasy spin-off. And it says a game of dice in very small print there, so some sort of Final Fantasy spin-off. Dragon Quest. Don't know which one it is. Or maybe it's just a spin-off. Because this is a subtitle. So, yeah. Yeah, they're going to fall down. Let's just let them go. That's fine. What's this? Another HAL Laboratories game. I think Kirby is also developed by HAL Laboratories. And this looks like maybe Dreamland in the background. Maybe. I'm really just fucking firing in the dark here. I have no fucking clue. Just making pot shots of what it might be. Okay, next. This is, oh, it says it right there in English. Nice. Pokemon Pinball. It's Pokemon. It's pinball. It's Pokemon Pinball. Here's a yellow cartridge for a Japanese game. Fuami Konmuka. I can't read that. I don't know. No clue. Dragon Quest again. Yep. Don't know what else to say about that. It's a Dragon Quest game. All right, two left, and then we're all done. So let's see. This is, I don't know. This little star guy seems somewhat familiar, but I can't really place my finger on what it might be from. Who knows? And last, I haven't looked at it yet, but it is green. And so I think this is Pokemon Emerald version. Let's find out. Yes, Pokemon Emerald. So Emerald was like the director's cut of Ruby and Sapphire. So there's no Ruby cartridge, so I guess this guy just bought Pokemon Sapphire, and then later on when the director's cut of Third Generation came out, he just bought Emerald, so. Oh my gosh! Okay. Oh. Is that everything? Any other cartridges that might have escaped? No, I don't think so. I think that's everything. Okay. Well, so here's what I plan to do. So I want to, I guess, kind of keep this series going in a sense. I don't know if I'm going to keep up with this for very long, but what I think I want to try to do and see how this goes, see if I can actually make time for it or not, and see if I'm actually interested in doing this. There are a handful of games I'm actually interested in trying that I'd either never heard of or never had a chance to play out of all these games. And so what I'm going to do is I'm probably, because I don't have any way to capture any of these games, even if I got the AV cables for these consoles, I'm just going to emulate them. And also, if I emulate them, I will probably be able to have access to the English version, unless the game never had an English release. But if I emulate it, it's more likely that I'll be able to play them in English. So I will probably just emulate these games, but I'm going to play the games that I was interested in out of all of these games that I've sorted through. And I'm just going to, and they're not going to be reviews or anything. I'm just going to play them and record some commentary over them. And so I'm going to do that. We're going to see if I stick with it. I might not. It's hard to make promises, but I think that's going to be a continuation of this, is just me exploring some of these games that I've come across through this whole pile of games. So there's a few exceptions to that. Xbox 360 and PS3 games, I think the emulation on both of those consoles is not quite advanced enough. Particularly PS3. I think there's been some struggles with getting the emulation to work right, because the PS3 was a weird as fuck console. 360, I don't think there's any games I was interested out of the 360 games that were found. But even still, I think emulation might be okay, but I'm just not even going to bother with it, because it's pretty recent stuff. So basically from the GameCube PS2 era and back, I'm going to try to emulate some of those games and explore what these games were that I found. So if you're interested, then then just keep tuning in, because I might get around to doing some of those games. Like I said, I don't want to make any promises. This is just second channel content, which is stuff that I just don't really care that much about. Obviously not edited very much. So we'll see how well I stick with that. But if there's any game that I had shown off that you want to know more about, just leave the comment down below, and probably a timestamp too, because I'm going to be honest, I've gone through so many games I might not even remember some of the games that you might comment. So make sure you leave a timestamp too, so I know, so I can reference that particular game in the video. And I'll see if I can't record some gameplay of that as well. So yeah, that's the end of this. I'm glad I got through all this stuff. I can hear, you might even be able to hear it in the microphone too. It sounds like there's a lot of banging going on, which is probably the truck taking away all the stuff, which means I can't even go check to see if anything else was dumped. But last night, before I went to bed at around 11 o'clock, I did go back to the dump just to see if there's anything else that was thrown out there. There had been more stuff thrown out, but as far as video game stuff is concerned, that was it. This was everything that had been thrown out. So, yep, this is the full collection. So thanks if you've managed to stick through. This is probably at about 4 hours of just watching me sort through games and unpack stuff. So if you've managed to sit through all that, I'm glad the pandemic is treating you well.